Marvel have kind of made a mental health slash PTSD drama masquerading as a superhero movie. And in that respect, they've done a really good job.
So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
We are the Thunderbolts!
Directed by Jake Schreier, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. Thunderbolts, Asterix, is kinda Marvel's equivalent of the Suicide Squad, but don't let that put you off. It's about a ragtag group of B-list MCU characters that team up thanks to the cunning and conniving of Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Val, who's been lurking around in the background of a few MCU properties over the last few years. We've got Florence Pugh's Yelena from the Black Widow movie and also the Hawkeye TV show. We've got Wyatt Russell's John Walker, the fake Captain America from the Captain America and Winter Soldier TV show on Disney+. Sebastian Stan as Bucky, the Winter Soldier. We've got David Harbour's Red Guardian, who we last saw, I believe he was only in the Black Widow movie. Kind of randomly, we've got Hannah John Kamen's Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. We've got Olga Kurylenko's, not sure how you say Olga's name either. We've got Olga from Black Widow movie as Taskmaster. And the only new character joining the Thunderbolts for the MCU is Lewis Pullman's Bob. And we'll just call him Bob for now. So that's it, that's the team, that is the Thunderbolts lineup. Plot-wise, the movie starts off with them on a mission, kind of together but kind of not together. Goes sideways, they have to escape a place and find a thing and catch a guy and stay alive, essentially, to, further the plot. I'm not going to say too much more on the story because I'm not sure how much they revealed in all the trailers and whatnot, but essentially that's the story. MCU timeline-wise, this takes place after Captain America Brave New World. They do confirm that in the story. Yeah, that's the plot. But is it any good? Actually, yes. It's actually very good. The MCU has been pretty hit and miss since Endgame. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. For every No Way Home, we've got the Marvels. Thankfully, Thunderbolts is more like the former. It's definitely in the top end of MCU films. The first thing that stuck out to me about this was it's actually quite grounded. It's got very kind of Winter Soldier vibes, as in the movie Captain America the Winter Soldier. It's quite grounded, it's quite, I don't want to say gritty, but it's more grounded in reality and less fantastical than some of the more recent MCU movies. Kind of like the same way, as I said, the Winter Soldier was a great spy thriller that just happened to be a superhero movie. Thunderbolts it's kind of like a mental health drama slash PTSD drama masquerading as a superhero movie, and in that respect it succeeded where New Mutants failed, and I mean that as a compliment. Don't think I'm comparing New Mutants to Thunderbolts, because New Mutants not good. Thunderbolts very good, even though it's billed as an ensemble. You can see on the poster there, where is it? Not move my head. There, it's billed as an ensemble. It's billed as a team-up movie. It's less that, I'll say. It's more, it really is Florence Pugh's Yelena. I can't remember Yelena's surname, but it's really her story, I would say. She's definitely the main character. She takes centre stage and definitely carries the emotional weight of the movie, along with newcomer Lewis Pullman's Bob to the MCU. Florence Pugh is brilliant in this. It's working with that accent, doing all the action and stuff like that. You'd be forgiven for thinking that the acting takes a backseat to that, but it really doesn't. If anything, all of that just adds to her performance. Yelena and Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld from the Hawkeye TV show a year or two ago, they almost stole the show from the title character from Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Similarly, in the Black Widow movie, I think Yelena and the Red Guardian were standouts in that. They didn't steal the movie from Scarlett Johansson, but they definitely were there toe-to-toe with her, both in terms of like the character and the acting. Wyatt Russell's John Walker doesn't quite get as much to do, but he does have a good few scenes here for his character to grow. Not so much Taskmaster and Ghost. David Harbour, definitely understood the assignment as Red Guardian. He is very much the comedy relief, and you can see on his face, I think he just had a blast making this movie. The script is sharp and succinct. There isn't any cringy lines or any scenes where you're like, that doesn't quite make sense tonal wise. And on that note, tone wise, this movie is on point. It's funny, but it's not farcical. It's serious, but it's not depressing. They really nailed the tone with this. Cinematography wise and sound wise, both very good. Both kind of the Disney/Marvel standard these days. The score by Sonlux, who actually did the brilliant score for Everything Everywhere All at Once. It feels pretty understated for the most part. It's not overbearing. It's not too bombastic or anything. And similarly with the emotional scenes, the score does a great job of underscoring the emotion as opposed to forcing the emotion. So I don't know how much plaudits Sonlux will get for the score, but I think the score is really good for this movie. It's one that I'll probably pick up if they release it on physical media. I'm not sure how much the trailers and the TV spots revealed about the character that Lewis Pullman plays, about Bob, so I'm not going to reveal anything too much here. What I will say though is the character that he plays is one that I've long thought would be great in the MCU, and it doesn't disappoint. As I said, the movie's a mental health drama inside a superhero costume, and Lewis Pullman's Bob, along with Florence Pugh's Yelena, really shine in that respect. They're both struggling mentally, they've both got troubled pasts, and they're both trying, just to get through the day. Their scenes together, their interactions, their dialogue, their drama, for lack of a better phrase, really kind of is the heart of Thunderbolts. It really is the highlight of the movie, not the comic book action. Pullman does a great job with the character that he's got. 1 minute, he just looks like a scared child, even though he's a full-grown man. He just looks like a scared little boy who you just want to hug and tell him everything's going to be okay. And then the next minute, his face changes and his eyes change, and you're like, "Ooh, this is someone that could be quite dangerous." And the way he flips between that is really quite subtle, but very, very effective. As well as being dramatic and heartfelt, it's very, very funny. There was at least 3 genuine laugh-out-loud moments in this movie, mostly due to David Harbour's Red Guardian, but there was a few from other characters as well. If I was nitpicking, I would say the one thing that fell just shy of brilliant for this movie was the action scenes. It's not that there's not any action in it, there just wasn't any stand out, oh my god, that's a great action set piece moments. They were all very, I don't want to say by the numbers, but nothing was brilliant, nothing was great action wise. It was just okay/good, not great/brilliant. And there wasn't enough Bucky in it for my liking. So those are the only 2 things if I'm nitpicking, and they're very, very minor issues. So I'm going to go with 8 out of 10 for Thunderbolts. And yes, the asterisk is explained in the movie. After the mid-range Captain America Brave New World, it's really good to see the MCU back on the right track. I definitely feel the tone of this, and just the general feeling I had after watching this movie, I do feel more confident about the MCU going forward. There is a mid-credit scene and an end-credit scene, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for them. The mid-credit scene is just like a little bit of a joke. The end credit scene, that's the one you're going to want to stick around for sure, because that is more of a story scene that sets up future MCU projects. Definitely stick around for them. If you want to see my review of Captain America Brave New World, you can click here. And if you want to see a quick chat I had with one half of the Avengers director, Joe Russo, you can click here. And I'll catch you in the next video.